I had just finished a long, exhausting day at work, and my stomach growled with hunger as I drove home. I remember how the only thing lighting up the environment around me were the few streetlights and my car lights. The thought of cooking was kind of daunting, especially since I felt like I could pass out at any moment. So I decided to treat myself to some fast food. It wasn't the healthiest option, but I couldn't afford to stay starving much longer. I pulled into the familiar golden arches of McDonald's at the drive-thru. It was empty except for me, which I didn't find to be uncommon. More people enjoyed fast food during the daytime, that's all. Still though, there was this uncertain energy hanging in the air, which I didn't consider at the time, and I would be sure to regret that. As I approached the speaker to place my order, I was met with eerie silence, only to be broken by static that crackled through the intercom. "Hello?" I called out, wondering if it's a technical issue. Minutes went by. My growling stomach was reminding me of the need for food. I kept calling out and waiting for someone to respond. I'd seen the lights on, so there had to be someone in there. At last, a faint voice finally responded, but it sounded strange, like a young teenage boy in a state of panic. He gasped for breath, and I could hear growling in the background, making him scream in fright. Honestly, it sounded like he was somewhere else, like in a forest filled to the brim with chaotic creatures. "Are you okay?" I asked immediately. In the static, I could hear deep growling noises that sounded near and far, and the boy yelped in fright at this bit. "Sir, I need your help. Please help me," the boy cried out. "What do you need me to do?" I asked. What he said next was glitched out, and so I begged him to repeat himself quickly. "You want me to order what now?" I asked. "Please, you have to order the Grimace shake," the boy pleaded. Grimace shake, I thought to myself. What's that? Is this some kind of joke to make me buy more McDonald's junk food than I planned? But concern for the boy overcame my fear, and I asked if he was okay. He urged me to order the Grimace shake quickly, and as I questioned what was happening, a roar echoed through the static, making the boy's voice tremble with fear. Feeling nervous, I pulled up to the first window to pay. To my surprise, the interior of the McDonald's was black, with no sign of the usual bustling activity. The window creaked open by itself, and a large, fuzzy, purple hand stained with red reached out slowly to take my card. I froze in terror, but handed over my card silently. I mean, what was I to do? Even though the person was probably in a costume, it didn't look like a costume to me at all. It looked real. But I didn't believe in the existence of other entities. Things like Dogman, Bigfoot, vampires, they were all just imaginary characters meant to inspire adrenaline junkies. The hand slowly withdrew into the shadows, and the window closed just like that before opening up again with the creature's hand holding my receipt and card. I drove up to the next window, the ominous energy overwhelming me as the next window opened, revealing a human hand covered in dust and grime, holding my shake as her hand trembled. Why was it that when I saw that, I thought to myself that the hand I'd seen was all that was really there? Like, there was no one attached to it, at least no one human. A deep voice whispered with a deadly tone, warning me not to drink the Grimace shake no matter what. And with that, I took the shake and rolled up my window faster than my heart was beating. I've never been so eager to leave McDonald's as I was then, but as I tried to drive away, something gripped the back of my car, holding me in place. I looked in the rearview mirror to see a menacing, glowing-eyed creature, monstrous thing, glaring back at me. Even though it was very dark, I could see the purple of its fur and its gumdrop-like shape. Panicking, I stomped on the gas, managing to break free from the hold of the creature. I sped away from the haunted McDonald's, my mind filled with thoughts of the terrifying encounter. I vowed that I would never order at McDonald's at night. I was told ordering things online was always the better option, and what happened then reinforced that idea. Days passed, and I left the Grimace shake untouched in the fridge, hoping to forget the horrifying events. However, strange and unexplainable things started happening to me. I would hear unsettling noises at night, and sometimes I caught glimpses of a lurking purple presence just at the edge of my vision. Each day, the fear grew stronger, so strong that those around me were recommending I get my own personal psychiatrist or something. I was beginning to agree with them. On my free time, I did some research on McDonald's, and as I was going through some of their mascots, I came across Grimace, and his picture was a more cutesy depiction of the thing I actually saw that night. But it was him for sure. One night, I woke up in a cold sweat, hearing loud stomping around my house. I crept out of my room and saw the monstrous Grimace searching for me in silence. How did that big thing manage to get into my house? My heart raced and I tried to hide, but he found me. Grimace grabbed me by my shirt and threw me into a wall, leaving me in pain and gasping for breath. That's when I remembered the Grimace shake I'd been warned about. I rushed to the kitchen, grabbed the shake and held it tightly. Maybe there was more to the shake than I thought. There must have been a reason I was asked to order it. Grimace sneered as he approached, relishing the fear in my eyes.
"You will yield to me,"
he growled, ready to strike. Summoning all my strength, I chugged the Grimace shake in one gulp. It tasted strange and foul, but I knew it was my only hope. As I swallowed the last drop, Grimace froze, his evil intentions thwarted.
"You dare.
He hissed, fading away into nothingness.
You will regret your actions."
I watched uncomfortably as he was turned to ashes, right before my very eyes. Relief washed over me because this horrible curse was now over. I was free from Grimace's terrible grasp. I was about to go to my room and collapse in my bed. Pain started coursing through my entire body, and I fell to the ground in an instant. I felt an agonizing pain spreading through my body. Grimace reappeared, wearing a big, malicious grin on his face. He leaned forward and screamed out in pain as another pair of arms came out of his body. "No way," I groaned, still in pain. "You've turned into your original form, evil Grimace." Grimace took a few steps forward and said,
"Thanks to you drinking the Grimace shake, I can now become stronger through you."
I tried to move, but I was now paralyzed. My vision blurred, and I saw myself transforming into a monstrous creature way bigger and scarier than Grimace. The spirit of Grimace went into my body and seized control of it. And if someone was watching me as it happened, they would watch me make my way over to McDonald's drive-thru, where I would wait for some other poor, unfortunate soul to drink a Grimace shake and become the new Grimace. Because as long as Grimace lived, he would enjoy the shakes through other people, changing them to become him, and continue the cycle forever and ever. That's another story done. Thanks for taking the time to listen to it, and hopefully you had a good experience. See you on the flip side.